In last video, we see how we can use array in JavaScript. We declare an array where a equals to, then we provide name like Rahman, and then we provide age, then we provide city, which is Delhi. Okay, and after that we close this. Okay, but if someone which is don't know Rahman and Delhi, okay, what he considered Rahman as a name or place or something else. Okay, and also he don't know about Delhi. It is a city, name, word, or something else. So for better representation of data to store, we use object. Object is nothing but it is an advanced version of array to store data. For example, if we create an object, we use var similar as array, then provide variable name, and after that we instead of square bracket we use curly bracket. Then we here we have index number 0, 1, 2. But in object we directly provide property name, a name, and then colon, and after that we can provide name Rahman, Man. Okay, then close, and after that we have to separate with comma. This is property name and this is property value, and after that we use age as a property, then colon, then after that it is a numeric value, that's why we don't need to provide in double quote or single quote, just 22, and after that we use comma separator. Then we have city, then we colon and provide Delhi. After ending of data we don't need to provide comma, we just close this curly bracket. This is our object. We use object to store data or related data with property name and value, and in array we use value and store in a particular index. Okay, now we will see how we can use object in JavaScript. Okay, now we are going to use object. For that we have to just declare a variable var and then a, and after that equal, then curly bracket. Here I use name, fname. We can provide name according to our need, but we cannot separate with spaces. It may be in camel case, or you can use underscore, and you can also provide number, but you cannot separate with wide spaces. Okay, fname, then colon, and after that we provide the value. First is pro, then comma, then L name, then colon, and after that learner, then comma, then age. Age is nothing but 20, then comma, then after that we have city, New Delhi, Delhi, New Delhi. Okay, okay. This is our object. Now we are going to try to print this in document.write. Just do that. Document.write, and after that we use a, and let's save. You can clearly see this is printing object and object. We in our earlier video we see if we are trying to print object in document.write, it print object and object, and now you can clearly see this is. But we can print in console. Okay, we use console.log, and after that we use a. Console log is nothing but it is used to debug our code. If there is any problem and it's not show in here, then we can use console.log. Okay, now just here come to the browser and double click on it, click on inspect, and after that you see this is our console. If you want this in a this way, you can also do that. Okay, now just go to this. Here you can see it is now again printing object, but you can just open it. Here you can see age, then city, then first name, then last name. Okay, this is how you can use. But if I want some particular value, then we use just console.log, and after that we provide a. If I want fname dot fname, just provide dot fname lname. It will show you the particular data. Okay, now let's see. You can see bro is printed. If I concat plus and then space, then plus again, and then a dot lname. Now let's say, you can see if I remove this, just use, and now say, you can see bro learner is printed. Okay, if I want this in our document.write, we can also do that, but we can use to print object value with the help of dot operator. I remove this. Okay, now I use document.write and just save. You can see this is printed here. Okay, okay, you can see if I want to use age, just I remove this a dot age. Now let's say if I want city, a dot city. Let's say, okay, in an object we can also include array. For example, if I have something like movies, and then colon, and after that we have array, list of array. For example, infinity war, comma, civil war, civil war, comma, winter soldier, winter soldier. Okay, now this is our array type. We can store in object, we can store arrays, we can also store object also. Now how we can get this array? We can just use a dot, and we provide a property name movies, and after that we just save. You can see Infinity War, Civil War, Winter Soldier is printed. If we want some particular data, then we can use square bracket and then provide 1. Let's say Civil War. If I use 2, let's say Winter Soldier. If I just use 1 and say 0 and save, you can see Infinity War. And if you add something here, and you can also print with a square bracket if you want particular data. Now after that we can also, I just remove this city and I use another object, living, and after that we use colon, and here after that we use, and here we provide first state, then colon, here Delhi, comma, city, colon, New Delhi, and after that we have country, tree, we have India, And if you want continent, you can also add. Okay, this is our object inside another object. Okay, now if I want to print the value of this object, we can use a dot living dot. If I want city, just use city and save. You can see if I want state, then we get state. If I want country, we get country. Okay, I something that I wanted to tell you is you can see all of this in this console which I printed here. You can see age, first name, last name, and we have living, which is an object. You can see the value. Open the movies. You can see zero index we have Infinity War. In one index we have Civil War. Then in two index number two, we have Winter Soldier, and the length of the array is 3. And after that we have some other data also. Okay, like this just avoid this for now and just see this output. Okay, and after that we can also use function here. For example, I use salary, and here first we have to separate with comma, otherwise it give us error. Okay, salary colon, and after that we use function. Okay, function, and here after that we provide return 30,000 and save. You can see if I now open, you can see we have salary and it shows us f, which is indicating that we are using here, it is function. Okay, if it is object, then it shows us object. Okay, like this, it in curly bracket. If it is an array, then square bracket. And if it is a simple attribute or values, then we have property name and then value. Okay, after that if we want to call this, we just use simple a dot salary, and then it is a function that we have to use round bracket, and let's say you can see. Okay, this is how we can use an object. We can define value to it, and we can also use array in object, and we can also provide object inside an object, and we can also use function inside an object. Now we are going to see another way to declare object in JavaScript. For that we have to just use where, then the name of the object, for example a, and after that equal, then we have use new keyword, and then we use capital O, then object, and after that we use round bracket. This is how we declare a new object with name A. But what does it mean? In previous method we see we just use variable and we define as object and store values according to an object. But what if we don't know the value of an object to store? Then we just declare object, and after that we can store value to it. For example, first we provide a, then dot operator, and after that we name the property name. For example, f name, not f name. Okay, and after that we just define the value. For example, name is Ram, and after that just semicolon, then a dot l name and equals to Kumar, and after that we use a dot age equals to 30, and after that we use a dot email equals to Ram Kumar @email gmail.com. Okay, now after that, if we want to print, you see, if we just use document.write, and after that we just use a, it shows us simply object. Okay, but if we don't want that, we just use, instead of document.write, we use console.log, and after that we provide a, and let's say, you can see here we have object, age, email id, fname, lname. It is in alphabetic order. Okay, and after that we can also print document.write, and after that we just use a dot fname, and let's save. You can see if we want lname, then we just save. If we want age, let's save. If we want email, and save. You can see there is another way to you to call the object value. To call object value, we have another way also. Just use a, then square bracket, and after that just use single quote and provide the property name. Then provide the property name, f name, and save. You can see Ram is printed. If you use L name, let's say, you can see it is completely working fine. This is how you can declare a new object with the help of new and then object keyword, and this is how you can provide value to it with the help of dot operator. Okay, and after that you can also see how we can print this value with the help of square bracket. Now we are going to see how we can create a list of objects in an array. In last video we see how we can use array in an object, but similarly we can use array, inside array we can declare object. For that we just use var, and after that variable name. For example, I choose student, and then we have to use equal, then square bracket. If I want to use multiple object to store, then we have to just enter and use curly bracket. Then we have name, like Amit, comma, roll, which is nothing but 1. And after that comma, name, not name. I just copy and paste it 3 times. Okay, just copy, paste, and then paste here. I use 2, then 3, and here I change Harsh, Divisha. Okay, now this is a list of object inside an array. Now what if we want to print this value? We know that if we have multiple value of array, then we can use for loop. We use for, and after that a equals to 0, then a less than student dot length, not last length, and after that a plus plus. Now let's use document dot write, and here we provide student index a. If we save this, because this is an object, then it just shows us a object. Let's provide break here, and let's save. You can see object. If you want to see this in console.log, and here we provide student, and let's say you can see we get all the value of array object. You can see if you scroll down and just expand this, you can see the value and the length of the array. Okay, now if we want to print in document.write, we just use dot, then property name, which is name, and after that if we want roll number, just use plus and then space and plus, then student a, and then dot roll, and let's save. You can see Amit, Harsh, Tvisha is printed with their roll number. Okay, this is how you can store object inside an array, and this is how you can print or get the value of the array. In our starting videos, we see we cannot change the value of constant variable. For example, if I declare const a equals to like 400, and after that if I reinitialize the value of a to 200, and after that we want to print document.write or console.log, and then we use a, let's say, you can see there is an error uncount type assignment to constant variable. It means we cannot reassign the value to a constant variable, but we, in case of array, let declare constant array const arr, and here we have values 20 comma 30 comma 40, and after that we have just if we reinitialize the value like arr, and then equals to 12 comma 24 comma 36, and let's say you can see same error is here, but if we use like arr and then square bracket and zero index, and after that we use 12, and let's save, you can see error is gone. And if we use console.log and after that use arr, and let's save, you can see now the value of 20 is changed to 12. If we similarly use arr and index number 1, and after that we use 24 and save, you can now see it is also changed with 24. If here we use arr 3 and then we use 36 or 36 and save, you can see all the value is oh sorry, here we have to provide index number 2. Now let's save. Okay, now you can see all the value of the array is changed, but one by one. We cannot directly change, but with the help of index number, we can change the value of array. And similarly, if we assign obj here equal, then we provide some name. Here we provide Shyam, Shyam, comma, age 30, and then we just use obj and save. You can see this is our object. What if we just use obj here, obj equal, and after that we just use same name and change the value. Here we use ram and then comma, then age Now age is 20, and after that let's save. You can see this is the same error. We cannot reinitialize the value of a constant object. Okay. Now what if we use obj dot name name equals to Ram now, and let's save. You can see name is changed. If we use obj dot age and then equal, and after that we use 20 and save. Sorry, here is the spelling mistake. Let's save. You can see age is also changed. This is how you can change the value of constant array and constant object, but you cannot change directly. Okay. Now we are going to see foreign loop. Foreign loop is nothing but it is used to print the value of object. For example, if we have an object where a equals to name Tom and age 30 and country America. Okay. Now if we want to print the detail of Tom, then we have to use document.write, and after that we use a object name, and then we provide name, and after that we have to repeat this line and just use a dot age and then a dot country. Okay. Now, what if we can do this in a two line? If we have lot of data and we want to use or get the data of object, then how we can do that? We can do that with the help of foreign loop. We just use foreign loop and it will print all the data within two or three line. Okay. For example, this is the syntax. For keyword is used, and after that we declare a variable where then it is store the value of object. For example, I choose I, and then we use in keyword, and after that we use object name. This is object name, and this is variable to store object value. Okay. Now after that we just use curly bracket, and then we can use document.write, or you can also console, and here we provide an object name, then square bracket, and after that we provide variable I, and then it will print all these values, first Tom, then 30, then America. If we want to print this attribute name too, then we can use I, then concat, and after that we provide just separate with colon and plus, and then we use I. It will first print the attribute, first name, then this value, and in second line if we provide break, then it goes to the second line and print this age and this value, and after that in third line it print this country and the value of the country. This is how we can use for in loop in JavaScript. Now we will see how we can practically implement this. Okay. Now we are going to see how we can practically implement for in loop. First of all, I have this object with name obj, name Anwar, age 25, country India, email ID Anwar at 123 @yahoo.com. Now let's see how we can print this with the help of foreign loop. For that we have used for keyword, and after that round bracket, and then we you declare a variable var key, because this property is called key and this is called the value. That's why I use key as a variable to better understand. Then we use in keyword, and after that we use obj, which is nothing but object name, and after that we provide curly bracket, and here we use document dot write. If you want to use console dot log, then it's also fine. Then write, and after that we provide object name obj, and then square bracket, and here we provide key, which is nothing but the variable that we declare in foreign loop. Okay, and after that we have to just concat with br tag. Now let's say, you can see this value is printed within with the help of three lines. Just you can see, first is for loop, then we have document dot write, and we close this. Okay, if you want to print this manually, you just write this first, then this, then this, then this take 4 lines of code, or if you have more, then it required more lines of code, and with the help of for loop you just use 3 lines. Okay, and after that if we want to print this key value, then we use just key, which is our variable, then concat, then again concat, just we use, and here we provide space, colon, and now let's save. You can see key value is also printed. This is how we can use foreign loop in JavaScript to print object value. Hope you liked this video. If you did, please subscribe my channel, share with your friends, and bye bye.